It has been 2 days since you escaped the underground facility run by Castor. Yesterday, you stumbled across a family in the woods. Lily, the bubbly half-goat woman, Nula, the quiet human, and Windred, the grumpy lady with antlers. After spending the day together, they invited you into their warm little living room to spend the night. As the first light of dawn trickles into the house in the woods, Cody sits on the couch, wrapped in a blanket. He's coloring in his notebook to pass the time until his friends wake up. On the floor at his feet, Erica is curled under a blanket with Jasmin's arm flung over her waist. Their breathing is slow and even, a comfortable sound after the trying events of the last few days. Cody, you hear a rustling in the pile of blankets by the door and watch as Zan kicks off her covers and groans. Zan, you wake up too hot. You feel like you're a mile underground fighting to breathe. This room is too small, the walls are too thick. Cody and Zan, what do you do?
Cody makes eye contact with Zan and kind of gives a quick wave, like just kind of a, hi, good morning, but without saying anything.
Yeah.
And then kind of puts a finger to his lips, kind of like a shh, and then points at the other people in the room, still sleeping. And he then points at Zan, points at himself, and points at the door and makes a shrug gesture in the universal, you, me, outside, question mark?
Zan grimaces and sort of like stretches a little bit in place and then nods and kicks her blankets out of the way of the door so that they both can leave.
Okay, both of you make a stealth check.
Sorry, Erica.
That's a 15.
That's a 2 + 2, 4.
Oh boy. Cody, you kind of try to gather up your colored pencils and your backpack, and you go to jump off the couch, and then you just trip over the arm of the couch. Zan, make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 10 - 1 is 9.
Okay, Cody just barrels right into you, and the two of you land on a heap on the ground next to the door. No one else in the room wakes up, though.
Ow.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, let's go.
Cody starts tiptoeing in an almost cartoonish fashion to the door.
It's very loud and creaky. Zan, you wince every time he makes a step. But you make it to the door and you pull it open and step outside of this little stone house into the clearing in the woods. Outside, the air is fresh and easy to breathe. On the other side of the clearing is that glass geodesic dome surrounded by a garden. The moss covering the rest of the clearing glitters in the sun, wet from a night of rain. You take a deep breath out here and feel instantly at ease.
Oh, it's nice out here.
God, so much nicer out here. It's really stuffy in there.
Yeah.
The two of you are standing outside, and you notice quickly that it's no longer overcast. And for the first time in your short journey, you can see the sky, and it's fucking wild. To the north and south, the sky is a soft shade of blue, rippled with bands of pink and yellow that remind you of photos of the northern lights. Across the center of the sky, cutting it in half, is a jagged smear of deep purple. It runs across the entire patch of sky you can see from this little clearing. To the east, you see the light of two yellow suns, almost overlapping, peeking through the trees.
Wow.
You also see Max outside, jogging along the tree line.
What?
Well,
okay.
There goes my future post-apocalyptic Earth theory.
First thing you learn in school when you're learning your colors is the sky is blue.
I mean,
either someone lied or something's really up here.
Okay, but the sky's not always blue. There's so many colors of the sky, even on Earth.
But the sky is blue. Grass is green. Sun is yellow. These are basic facts.
Sun's is yellow.
Yeah, there's two of them. That's weird.
This is a lot. It's weird.
Cody tries to wave and get Max's attention, if he's paying attention.
Nope, it's in the zone.
Okay. He's in the zone. He just keeps jogging.
Cody tries to wave even harder, seeing as if he could wave louder and be more effective. But when it doesn't work, he finally just holds his wrist because he kind of stressed it a little bit waving.
You hurt your wrist waving?
I tried to get his attention. And as he's looking at his wrists, he kind of sees his SPEL. Hey, Zan, you were practicing fighting yesterday, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
Maybe I should practice doing the spells and stuff so that I can, get to the menu faster and so I can be better at fighting and not almost get hurt like I did last time.
Okay.
Can you help me?
Sure. Did you have, a plan for this?
And Cody just stands there as if a plan never even crossed his mind and he feels like he's in trouble for not having one. No, I
just...
Well,
what?
We can just, help me find a target and we can just, I don't know, make up different ideas of what happens in battle and, see if I can, duck and dodge. I don't know. I don't want to shoot you. That's not my plan. That was not my plan. Was not a duel. No.
What about Max?
I kind of want to ask him before I shot spells at him, and he didn't pay attention when I waved at him real hard.
Fine. Well, what spells you got?
Well, I got Light, Mage Hand, and Ray of Frost are the ones that I can use a lot of.
Okay, so let's stick with those.
Okay.
Just in case. Well, Light you seem to be pretty proficient at already, so...
Oh, I got that one down, and then he immediately, makes his hoodie glow for no reason whatsoever.
Rad. How about... Can I look around to see if there's anything, that we could practice on that maybe we could set up somewhere else or I could hold out or something?
Let's see. Yeah, you take a look around the clearing. That practice dummy that you were fighting yesterday has collapsed back into a pile of logs, and you don't know what spell or thing that Windred did to make it stand up.
Mm-hmm.
The pile of rocks from the golem is gone, so that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And the clearing is surrounded by just a bunch of trees. So you could probably just pick a tree and shoot at that tree.
All right, let's start with these trees over here at the edge of the clearing. And I lead Cody over to, about, God, I don't know how far you can shoot spells, 20 feet away from the tree line.
That'll work.
Let's start by trying to get it between two trees. And then if you're good enough at that, we can see if you can try to hit a tree.
Okay.
So I say Ray of Frost, because you can't really shoot Mage Hand at things.
Okay. He'll get his cards out of his pocket, in his chosen fighting stance, and he'll quickly, as fast as he can, hit his wrists together, get the menu, and hit Ray of Frost, and try to get it between two trees.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
That is a 6 + 4, a 10.
Okay, yeah, there's a decently big gap between trees that Zan pointed out to you, and yeah, you shoot a beam of silvery energy through it. It smacks something in the forest. You kind of see some birds go squawk, 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 and fly away.
He's like, nice.
They're fine.
Okay.
Why do you need those cards? Doesn't that get in the way of you, opening up the menu and tapping?
Cody looks down at his cards and then kind of looks up at Zan, kind of squints, trying to decide how much to tell her. He's like, well, they're my friends. I mean, I've had them for a long time. Here, let me just show you. And he kind of holds out the cards in a fan. And when Zan looks at the fan of cards, she'll see that they all have a picture of a creature-looking thing on the top half. And then on the bottom right-hand corner, they're numbered. You see various numbers, a 1, a 9. And then he shows the card he was just using. And then on top, you see this 4-legged, ice-covered creature that is shooting a snowball out its mouth. Cody goes, well, this is Chilama. And I drew her a while ago. And when I discovered I could shoot an ice beam, I thought of her. And I thought it'd be cool to think that Chilama was there with me, helping me, fight. And I don't know, when things get intense and we're fighting, who wouldn't want to have an animal friend with you to kind of keep yourself company? Oh, and here's the newest one I made. On the bottom, you see it's numbered 15. And of all the cards, it looks brand spanking new. The other ones, the lower numbers have wrinkles. They've been handled. This one looks like it was drawn days ago. And on the top half, you see a little white hand with a face and red accents. Well, when I got Mage Hand, I realized it didn't have a a creature that went with Mage Hand. So I drew one, and I named him Helpo. See? Look.
See, make hamburgers?
Cody kind of looks down, ashamed that she figured out his inspiration.
Nah, Zan pats Cody on the head. Those are pretty cool.
You look up and Max is standing right behind you, also looking at your cool cards.
Oh, hey, Max. Zan asked about my cards, and I was showing them to her. See, here's Chalama, and here's Helpo, and here's my first card I ever drew. It's a skunk. And sure enough, you look at the card, top half, there's a vague skunk-shaped creature, but instead of normal black and white, it's oranges and reds and yellows. Yeah, it's a skunk, but he shoots fire out his butt. Because he's a fire skunk. Well, he was named Sparky when I first came up with him, because, fire. But Jex told me I should be a little bit more creative with my names, if I could, and mix the animal name and the element together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I know. And so here, this is Spunk. It's Sparky and Skunk put together. This is Spunk. Isn't he cool?
That's great, bud.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Great.
Zan's just sort of nodding vigorously, like she started out just sort of nodding slowly, and she's just like, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cody looks up and sees them both smiling and nodding vigorously, and he, Oh, okay, I'll show you another one. Here's Flowl, my psychic owl. You see an owl with spirally eyes.
I like Flowl.
With the big eyes, I thought they could glow, and that could be where light came from. My spell, light. So just whenever I'm using my spells, I just pretend I have my Codymon with me. I know it's silly. Cody looks down at his cards. But it helps me focus when I get scared or things get bad.
Silly can be pretty cool sometimes. I don't know a lot about silly, but I think that this is cool for you. So forget what I said about taking the time to take him out. I don't know. Maybe we can figure out a way that you can get him out faster or something. Quickest draw in wherever we are.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you put him away and we can try take him out a couple times to see how fast you are.
Okay. So he puts him in his pocket. Are you gonna count down?
No. I'm not gonna tell you when it's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's got to be a surprise.
Using his ready stance, hands, kind of almost like a Western, hand over his pocket, just kind of waiting.
Draw.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
3 + 1, 4.
Cody plunges his hand into his pocket, rips out all of the cards, and they just go fucking flying. There's cards everywhere.
Oh no!
Oh wait, heck. Okay. Well, I'll help him pick them up.
Okay. Yeah, as the three of you help gather up the cards, Zan, you catch a glimpse of something moving in the bushes. Could you make a perception check for me?
That's a 16.
You could have sworn there was someone there watching you just for a moment.
Hey, you guys finish gathering these up. I'll be right back, okay? I just need to check that bush.
Great. Zan, you make your way into the bushes. You try to put together what you saw. Your best guess is that it was a person standing there with long curly hair, and you go and you find the spot where they were standing, but then the trail immediately vanishes.
There's no trail at all. I can't,
No trail.
Huh. That's really disconcerting, because I'm really good at trails.
Zan says to the wilderness.
All right, I'm just gonna put my hands in my pockets and sort of casually turn around and walk back towards them, but keep an eye on that spot just from time to time, look back over there.
Okay, why don't you make another perception check for me?
That's a 5.
Yeah, you keep glancing over as you and Max and Cody practice him getting his cards out of his pocket and then shooting some trees with Ray of Frost, but you don't see anything again.
Can I get a better D20 out?
Just throw that one in the garbage. Yeah, so the three of you practice this for a bit. It's a nice day out. The suns are kind of casting light onto your little clearing. It's still weird.
Yeah, just gotta be ready, Cody, all right? So anytime, I might do this anytime during the next couple days. Just be like, draw, and you're gonna have to try to take them out as fast as possible.
Okay.
I'm gonna be watching. We're gonna wait and see how this goes.
Okay.
All right.
From somewhere high above you, you all hear a noise. Whoomp, whoomph, whoomph. And you look up and you see an enormous creature with giant leathery wings descending on the clearing.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna grab Cody and run towards the house.
Is that a pterodactyl?
I don't know. It doesn't really matter what it is right now.
What's Max doing?
Yeah, Max is gonna just run behind them,
Okay.
but keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, as you run up to the little house, the wind kicked up from this creature's wings is sending dust and leaves and like swirls all around you, making you shield your eyes, but you do make it to the door. Do you go inside?
Guys, there's a thing. There's a thing.
There's a pterodactyl.
I'm like pushing Cody ahead of me. Good, come on. It's a thing.
Yeah, you tumble into the living room, shutting the door behind you, and you find Jasmin and Erica still asleep on the floor, and they wake up to the sound of you guys shouting at them.
Guys, get up. There's a thing. There's a big wing thing with wings.
What's going on?
It's a pterodactyl.
A pterodactyl. Erica scratches her head.
The wing thing. I didn't get a good look at it because it was really big and there was like light behind it and it was a big thing. And hide.
Hide? Okay.
Where?
I don't know.
Should we get Lily and Nula?
Yes.
Are they outside? Are they here?
They're not in this room with you, no, Cody. You look around this room, they're not there.
Zan opens the door just like a crack to look back outside and see what it is.
There's also a window you could look out.
Oh, Zan looks out the window.
Okay, great. You see a enormous creature landing in the clearing. Before you is a dragon.
Holy shit.
It's at least like 30 feet long and covered in pale pink scales that glitter in the sunlight. And you can now see that someone is riding it from a saddle mounted just behind its enormous head. The dragon's head is about the size of a small car and has 4 glinting green eyes. Yeah, as you watch it, the rider dismounts and you watch them pull a large bundle off the dragon's back and remove the saddle and then start walking towards the house.
Can I flee into a hallway?
Yes, go for it. Make a stealth check.
All right. 16 minus 1, 15.
Yeah, Jasmin just bolts out of the room and is gone.
Cody's gonna dive under the couch.
Make a stealth check.
That is a 19 plus 2, 21.
Holy shit. Okay, Cody flattens himself and just is gone.
Cody disappears.
Like, you had Jasmin and Cody there, and you look around and they're not there anymore.
Can I see who the person walking towards the house is?
Yeah, the person's getting closer. They're tall and sturdily built. They have a pair of antlers sticking out of their curly hair. They look like they're wearing like gray leather armor, goggles, and a cloth pulled up over their mouth and nose.
Yeah, I think this is so much. So I'm just gonna like sit there for a second, just like watching. Like, that was a fucking dragon. What?
Yeah.
Did we see where the other 3 went to bed last night? Did they like go upstairs?
Yeah, there's like a narrow little staircase and they went up there.
Okay, Max is gonna run over to the stairs, just yell up the stairs. Hey! Were you expecting a guest?
Okay, yeah, you hear some like thumping and rustling and someone going like, what was that? And then Lily comes trotting down the stairs and she's wearing that big puffy bathrobe that Erica was wearing yesterday. And she's like, so what, dear? Sorry, it's very early.
Yeah, there was a dragon, and now there's a person.
Oh,
from the dragon.
Oh my gosh. And then you hear a loud knocking on the door, just like a thump, thump, thump. And Lily runs over and throws the door open and is like, Remy! And then she runs out the door and gathers this big man up in a big hug. And the two of them are excitedly greeting each other on the front step.
Okay. I think you can come out, Cody. I don't know where Jasmin went.
Are you sure?
Shit, where?
The couch is talking. You don't understand how?
Let me see you down there.
I think Jasmin very cautiously pokes her head around like the corner of the door.
I think Lily seems to know him.
Cody's brave enough to have just his head sticking out the bottom of the couch.
There's a couch with a head on it. This is terrifying. Yeah, through the open door, you see Lily and the man she called Remy walking back towards the dragon. They're excitedly talking to each other. Lily turns back to the house and she says, "Oh, come on, come meet Remy."
Max is out the door.
Okay.
Won't we get eaten?
Lily can't hear your question from there, Jasmin, but yeah, Max, you go outside and you see Remy rifling through this like big bundle that he pulled off of the dragon's back, and Lily is just like chattering at him excitedly, telling him about a bunch of plants and stuff like that.
Yeah, I go out there.
All right, great.
Yeah, I'm going out as well.
Yeah, you guys wander outside and you see Remy pull this like long stick with a bunch of bristles on it out of his supplies. And as he's talking to Lily, he starts just scrubbing the dragon like it's a big toothbrush. And the dragon's kind of starts like lifting its back leg and kind of like thumping it a little bit as he gets the spot like right on its neck.
Does every thump like shake the ground a bit?
Oh, definitely. It's a lot. But this dragon looks very content. And Remy's talking to Lily and he's like, "Yeah, sorry I'm here so early. I know we said next week, but I got this great deal, taking some shipping out west, and oh, there's people here."
Hey,
What? Oh, right. Yes. Yes. These are our guests who we met yesterday. They emerged from the forest and they've been sleeping in our house. This is Erica, she, her, and Jasmin, she kind of like goes through the list of you. And she's like, "And this is Remy, he, him. This is our nephew. He brings us supplies from time to time. I just wasn't expecting him so early."
Hey, Remy. It's nice to meet you.
Hi.
Sorry, we yelled when your dragon appeared. I'm guessing you didn't actually hear that, but we weren't. It was a cool yell of surprise.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll a deception check for that. That was just dumb. Remy's stopped scrubbing the dragon and is kind of like, "Oh, hi? Wait, where did you come from?"
Just
And Lily's like, "Oh, they all have amnesia. It's so weird, but they don't know. Isn't that funny? They're heading south."
By this point, Cody has worked his way out of the couch and he's had been watching from the door, just kind of peek his head out, watching the scene. Is it okay to come out now?
Yeah, we seem good.
Okay, so he kind of looks around. He's like, "Is that a pterodactyl?"
No.
"What is it?"
"Oh, this is Beck. She's about 2. We run shipping together."
"Hi, Beck."
The dragon swivels its massive head around and looks at you, and Cody, you get a look at these 4 green eyes, and it tilts its head to the side and then scoots its head all the way up into you and just nudges you right on the stomach.
"Ah! Oh, hey.
It's kind of like getting slowly hit by a car. Make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh yes, a strength saving throw for Cody.
Oh, that thing Cody is great
oh,
at."
poor baby boy.
A small child.
That's a 12 minus 2, a 10.
Okay, nice. You just kind of stumble backwards, and Remy's like, hey, Beck, come on. He doesn't have any treats." And kind of like puts up a hand and pushes her face out of the way, which clearly doesn't actually push her out of the way, but she does move her head when he pushes on her.
You can stay behind me, Cody.
Cody's actually going off the ground. He's actually kind of smiling a lot. She's fun.
And Remy smiles at you and it's like, yeah, she is. This is weird for me, but I mean, since you're here, you want to help me bring these supplies inside? And he like gestures to this like bundle that he took off the dragon's back, and he like, pulls down the outer layer, and it's like a big tarp wrapped around a bunch of boxes and crates. There's like some big bags of flour and rice and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure. Sorry. I
He just like picks something up and starts walking towards the house.
I go to pick something up.
Great. Yeah. Grab like a big bag of rice, follow him towards the house.
Yeah, Erica starts carrying things as well.
On the way back to the house, could I do a quick check back at where I saw the person, possibly?
Yes, make a perception check.
That's a 15.
Nope, you still can't spot anything.
Okay.
There's like a weird looking couple of creatures over there that you hadn't noticed before. They're kind of like crows, but then they're kind of like jumping and cawing. And as one turns around, you see it's got like furry back legs and a long tail that's striped. And you're like, that's weird.
Huh, okay. I keep going into the house. Check those out later.
Cody is enamored with the dragon. Kind of misses the whole point that people start moving things. And he finally sees people helping, and he kind of looks back and forth between the stuff and the stuff and the dragon, and he just hits his wrists together and uses mage hand and has the mage hand start moving things back and forth while he stays and looks at the dragon.
Okay. Yeah, what's the range on Mage Hand?
It's a 30-foot range. Is that enough to get to the house?
No, but and it can only lift 10 pounds.
Yeah, so whatever is under 10.
Yeah, it picks up like an apple or something and takes it 30 feet and then puts it down and then it starts just like making a pile of apples that's 30 feet closer to the. He's definitely helpoing.
Up to this point, Max has been like hanging a little bit back from the group and just staring in awe at this dragon, and then furiously scribbling in his notebook.
Yeah.
And when he sees people start like moving around, he kind of snaps out of it and goes to help them move things.
Okay, great.
Jasmin helps too.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, Remy directs you when you go out of the living room. There's like a kitchen area with a big table, and he's like, just set most of it here or under the table, I guess. Okay. And then like goes back out to the dragon. Lily has also picked up like 4 crates and is easily walking them towards the house. Yeah, so most of you spend a little time doing that. When he gets back over to the dragon, Remy looks at you, Cody, and then like looks up at the dragon and is like, you spend much time with dragons?
Did you just say dragon? Did you is this an actual dragon?
Yeah, not an illusion or anything.
Oh, where I'm from, dragons are only told in stories.
Oh.
I have never seen one.
Oh, probably you came from north of here?
Sure.
Did we come from north of here?
You did. You were following a trail south.
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't use dragons up north. They don't do so well in the cold.
Oh, does she eat berries?
I guess she'd probably eat the whole bush. She found one.
Cody wants to rummage in his backpack for the spare berry that he stored back the first time that Jasmin cast Good Berry.
Cody, you rummage through your bag, and surprising me, I guess, you don't find a giant smear of berry. Surprising your all-knowing god. There's no big berry mess. You don't find the berry in there.
Thought I had a berry. Sorry. I'll find you another one another time.
Yeah, that's fine. She'll go grab a snack. She's tired of watching you all. Yeah, and you notice the dragon sitting there looking at all of you, kind of swinging its 2 big tails back and forth slowly. Remy looks up at her and slaps her on the leg and is like, go on, go play. We got stuff to do. And the dragon bounds off. The ground shakes under you with each like big leap that she takes. She heads over to the stream and settles down and starts drinking out of it.
Zan watches the dragon go kind of sadly, but doesn't say anything, just like,
Yeah, Max is doing the same.
Yeah, I assume most of you have stopped midway between the pile of stuff and the house and are just like watching her. She kind of like drinks for a bit and then looks around, looks at Remy, who is like taken another armful of stuff into the house, and then once he is in the house, she just rolls right over into the stream and starts sloshing around on her back, getting kind of mud everywhere. She's all dirty now.
Oliver, I'm so sorry, but this is a dragon watching podcast now.
Great.
The next 10 episodes are us just following this dragon around.
yeah, like Zan's completely stopped moving.
Great.
Well, hello welcome to Dice Disasters, which is now apparently about watching dragons. Robot, are you excited about just, shifting our podcast focus at this point?
Yeah, I feel like we've had quite a few paradigm shifts in the last couple episodes. First, we were a rat in the woods, and then now we're dragon podcast. So we're really changing things around, keeping it fresh.
Yeah, we don't want people to get too bored with our stories so far. So yeah, I'm really glad all of her sensed that it was time to just become a nature podcast, but focused solely on dragon care, dragon behavior. Maybe we can get some David Attenborough voiceover to go along with our... that's a terrible joke. No one's going to get that joke. I barely get that joke.
I understood it, but I've never watched a David Attenborough documentary.
Oh, I know. I just know he's a big nature documentary dude. Oh, now I'm tempted to leave this part in the mid-roll. But anyways, thank you for listening to our podcast. We're so happy that y'all have come with us this far. We've had a bunch of really awesome people reach out to us this week, especially since we've changed our schedule. People are really happy that we've gone weekly for the little bit. Robot, have you seen anything online that has excited you?
Oh, there was some fan art on Twitter of Zan in the thinking math lady meme. I don't know the exact name of it, but yeah. I thought it was just hilarious.
That was amazing. Yeah, some of the fans are just knocking it out of the park, and we love seeing that stuff because you showing how much you're enjoying the podcast not only makes us feel great and we're people are enjoying what we're making, but it also helps other people who might not be listening to us know how much fun you're having listening, and we want this group of people to grow. Yes, so go on social media. Share your art and your love of the show on Twitter using the hashtag Dice Disasters, or tag us and hashtag on Instagram. Just let people know how much you're loving it.
And if you do those things, you could get your name in the show as an NPC.
Yeah, we're compiling a list every week of names of people who have shared the show for Oliver to look at and use when coming up with names for new NPCs. So yeah, get your name on that list and by sharing the show.
And if you have ideas for an item that you want to see at some point in the show, you can go submit it on our website.
Ooh, yeah.
And maybe that'll show up at some point.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. From the cast, and especially Oliver, who told me specifically to tell everybody that your kind words and your enthusiasm means so much to us. We're doing this for the fun of it because we love hanging out with our friends and playing this game, and we love making this for people. And so hearing that it's brightening up your day is brightening up our days.
Yeah, we're all constantly yelling amongst ourselves about all of your kind words and fan art and things.
Yes, we definitely know we see it and we yell constantly about it. It's so great. But hey, we wish you all the absolute best. We hope you're staying safe and staying healthy, and we're so happy to be able to do what we can to put a smile on your face this week. And with that in mind, let's get back to the story.
See you around.
Bye!
I really want to play with the dragon.
I think as everyone is watching this, Jasmin will probably say to whoever happens to be nearby, yeah, I guess it would be pretty dangerous if I turned into that.
Yeah, who are you next to?
Good question. I don't know.
Roll a d4 or something.
Rolling a d4. It's a 4.
Did you decide who was each number?
Yes, it's a 4, which is Sam.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey. Yeah, that's probably not a great idea for keeping it on the DL. But it'd be pretty cool, huh?
It would be, but I don't think I'd like being that big.
Yeah, actually, as you're talking about that, Teacup, the little cat/goblin with Clover on his back, kind of steps on your foot and looks up at you and meow, and starts butting his head against your knee, Jasmin.
Is there anyone watching me?
I mean, you're kind of out in the open where you're standing right now. So no one's watching you.
I think Jasmin looks to the left and looks to the right and picks up Teacup and then tries to run around the corner of the house out of sight.
Stealing this cat.
Make a stealth check.
Yeah, let's steal their cat.
19 minus 1, 18.
Okay, yeah, Zan, Jasmin was standing next to you saying something about a dragon. You were kind of looking at the dragon and nodding, and you turn and look at her, and she's not there.
Why the fuck does Jasmin keep vanishing? I don't think she has invisibility. I looked at her spell list.
You look down instinctually. There's no rat on the ground. But yeah, Jasmin, you're tucked around the other side of the house. You don't think anyone saw you.
I'm gonna pet Teacup and then I'm gonna very cautiously scan him.
Great. Yeah, out of your wristband comes this little flared beam of light that kind of goes and scans him up and down. When it's complete, the scan button grays out and you now have a little 3D rendering of Teacup, the cat, in your wild shape list.
I think Jasmin hugs Teacup and puts him down and then very excitedly claps her hands and goes, yes. Great.
Jasmin, did you get eaten by a rock monster?
No, I'm good. Actually, I want to show you something. Can you come here?
That sounds suspicious, but sure.
Okay, Zan, yeah, you come around the side of the house and Jasmin is standing there.
Look, Sam.
I look.
Jasmin is pointing at Teacup, who I imagine is just kind of chilling.
Yeah, he lay down in the sun. He's licking his butt or something.
And then she opens up her menu and pushes wild shape.
Oh, okay. Zan, since you're staring right at her, you watch as in a split second, Jasmin's eyes grow really big and her pupils turn to slit and her nose just jut forward out of her face.
Oh.
And then she shrinks and fur erupts all over her and there is now 2 teacups on the ground. One of whom is looking at you with its mouth wide open hey!
Okay. Should you really be doing that right now?
The Teacup Jasmin cocks her head and then looks really sad.
Oh, okay. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. This is really, really cool, but
Jasmin, make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. 4 plus 3.
You would really, really like to go chase that shiny bug that just darted into your vision. It's very shiny. Look at it go.
I think you can see Jasmin's pupils dilate, and then she just does the cat butt wiggle, and she just hops away and runs after a bug.
Okay. Oh no. I'm gonna run after Jasmin. I guess I put this stuff down and just run.
Yeah, you put a bushel full of weird looking cucumbers down on the ground next to Teacup, who is still licking his butt, and run off after Jasmin.
Max, I left some stuff over my teacup. I'll be right back.
Okay, great. You can follow her. She's jumping through some patches of long grass and then through the garden.
I'm not going to stop her, but I'm going to make sure that I'm always just sort of following.
The rest of you, you finish bringing the rest of the supplies inside. And then I imagine you all kind of congregate back out in the clearing, watching this dragon. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Zan running through the garden. You're like, oh, Zan. Anyway, that's a fucking dragon.
That's a dragon, and Zan is being completely normal.
Yep. Remy comes back out of the house and sees that Beck has rolled in the stream, and it's just come on, I just washed you. And he rubs his hands down his face. Okay. And then stomps over to where Beck is laying in the stream. Get over, come on. Get over here. And she's now playfully jumping away from him and wagging her tails around, enjoying him chasing her. Just get out of the mud. I don't care. Just get out of the mud. And he's shooing her. And so she kind of like trots over to the edge of the clearing, and you hear a massive crack noise and see that Beck has pulled down a tree at the edge of the clearing. And Remy sighs and puts his hands on his hips, turns and walks back over to where Lily is standing, and they start talking. You watch the dragon just methodically pull all the leaves off of the tree, and then she like lays down and props the trunk up between her front feet and just goes to fucking town, chewing up the wood of the branches.
Cody has sat down crisscross at a distance that he feels is safe from the dragon, but he's just there to like watch this dragon do anything it does.
Great.
And just kind of in awe.
Great. There's kind of like chunks of wood splintering off and flying away from the dragon where it's eating this tree. Eventually, Windred has come outside and is kind of like also talking to Remy and Lily. After a couple minutes, you see Remy look at all of you and then look back at Lily and then be like, oh, okay, I guess I'm heading out now. I won't be able to get you your next run until 2 weeks after our normal date, but should be able to do that just fine. It was kind of like looks at Erica, Max, and Cody, who are standing/sitting watching the dragon, and waves to them and is like, I thought there were more of you, but all right, I guess I'll goodbye then.
Oh, upon hearing that dragon leaving soon might be happening,
Yeah.
Cody is like, hey, wait, you're going somewhere? You just got here. Dragon just got here.
I didn't even get a turn on the dragon yet, guys.
Where are you going?
Remy's like, we run supply shipments. I got a job out west, so we're heading down to Fell's Keep. Gonna pick up a shipment from there. Take it out to my next job. Do you all live here now?
Cody looks at Erica and it's like, you have the map. Where were we going next?
Actually, I was going to talk to everybody about that, but it seems like the most logical place is Fell's Keep. How long does it take you to get to Fell's Keep?
Beck, without a load, we're probably about an hour or so. If she's fully loaded up, maybe 2. Took us 2 to get here.
How long does it take to walk there?
I don't know. I have a dragon, so I ride the dragon. It's much faster than walking.
You peasants without your dragon.
And Lily has come over and she's like, "Oh, it takes like a week or so to walk there. I've done it a couple times. There's some nice spots to camp along the river, and yeah, it's not too bad. Is that where you're going? Down to Fell's Keep?"
Yeah, I couldn't think of anywhere else that we should go, but Erica kind of looks to Max and is like, that makes sense, right? Like, we should probably go figure out where we are, what we're doing, where to go next.
Weren't we doing something on the way here?
That's all he remembers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the fabric. I wasn't paying attention where it went after this. Where is Zan? And where is Jasmin, for that matter?
You turn and like look around the clearing and you see Zan doing this like weird hop, jump, skip movement through the garden. She looks super awkward.
Zan, get over here.
Oh, it's, can I, do I have to?
I mean, what are you doing? Are you just chasing the cat?
Yes. yeah, it got a thing, and I need to make sure that it doesn't swallow it.
Oh my gosh, does the cat have hat? And Erica runs over.
No. And when Erica gets closer, I'm like, no, it's the cat's Jasmin right now. I'm just making sure she doesn't run away like she did when she was a rat.
Oh, shit. How long did it take for Jasmin to change back? I don't remember. Erica's looking so anxious right now.
Jasmin is rolling around in some dirt.
Yes. Yeah, you've caught up to her. You don't have to run anymore. Teacup's kind of like a light-colored cat, and this one is now dusty, kind of dirty, very content.
I don't remember because I was so distracted. It was the berries, and so she pressed it, and then he went over to the berries, God, I don't remember how long it took. I'm not good with, like, time amounts when I'm not tracking people.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I am very concerned that Remy over there, who already thinks maybe we're a little bit weird, a little bit strange, I'm very worried about him seeing Jasmin turn back into Jasmin. So, like, I don't know what we should do. And Erica's, like, visibly, like, sweating.
I'm just gonna, I'll grab Jasmin, and just, like, run her over back sort of around the house to the other side from where we are right now.
Cody, completely oblivious to everything that's happening, is just going to start asking tons of questions about dragons because he didn't realize he had a timer till the dragon was leaving. And so now he wants to know everything about this dragon.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll say that Cody has Remy and, by extension, Lily completely distracted just talking about dragon stuff.
Yeah, Max is also there just listening.
Great.
In the middle of asking all these questions, Cody finally has the courage to ask the question, so, if you wanted to, how many people could you take on your dragon?
On Beck?
Yeah.
She's not really used to being a shuttle dragon.
She seems nice, though. Maybe she'd want to help people out.
I mean, yeah, we just, I don't know, kind of like our thing going. Haven't really thought about doing a career change into, shuttle work. I mean, I could do it if things, if
Cody's eyes have glossed over.
Yeah, Remy kind of rambles on about career trajectories for a while. He's like not great at talking.
Okay, but really, how many people?
Oh, I think shuttle dragons, when they're fully outfitted, can carry probably like 30 people, maybe. Maybe about 30. Beck here's never went that route. I mean, she can carry like a couple tons of gear. She's pretty sturdy. Aren't you, Beck? And he's like scratching the toothbrush thing on her butt where she's like covered in mud. And he's like, you're so gross. Anyway, why'd you ask?
Oh, and kind of looks over at Max, trying to like play it cool. No reason. Just curious. Never seen a dragon before.
It's like, oh, okay.
Meanwhile, behind the house, Erica has followed Zan. So that guy's leaving, and as far as I can tell on this map, it's gonna take a week for us to get anywhere else that there's civilization. Do you know where that path of the gray jumpsuit was going?
I mean, roughly south, but that's about all we know. It could if we're following a trail, it could suddenly sort of change directions a little bit.
Erica is kind of looking back and forth and says, right, so here's the question. Do we want to go down to the nearest town, or do we want to continue following that jumpsuit? Because I feel like I came out of the tube and you were the de facto leader a little bit. So, and she's like wringing her hands at this point. And she says, I don't know what we should do.
Meow. Stan's like pretty taken aback at the fact that she's the de facto leader.
Jasmin, make a wisdom saving throw at advantage.
All right. That would be a 9 and a 12.
Okay, at this point, you've kind of shaken off the effects of being like super into being a cat and are just like sitting in Erica's arms at this point. Curled up there, it's warm, you're in the sun, and you realize that, oh, wait, you know Erica, you know Zan, and you can hear and understand everything that they're saying.
Okay.
We should follow the scraps, right? Like they're the only lead we've got to anything, right?
Right. I guess the thing is, do we know that the hunter is someone that we can trust and someone that will help us, or is figuring out those coordinates going to be the best move?
I don't know. I'm worried that we're going to get to a bigger town and we're going to be so incredibly out of place that we're going to get into a lot of trouble or something. We don't know anything about the customs, about anything. It's like when I play the third installment of a video game and I don't know any of the history, and then I accidentally fuck everything up by siding with the wrong side that everybody else knows is bad. Does that make sense?
I think, Erica, you can kind of feel Jasmin's fur stand a little on edge, as if she's getting really nervous listening to this.
I don't know. I get the forest. It makes sense.
Okay.
But if you want to get back to civilization, like...
No, I mean, I don't know what the hell we're doing. But if you think that we should keep following those scraps, then let's do that. And Erica kind of absentmindedly starts stroking the cat that is in her arms.
Oh, she's very soft. Actually, Erica, make a strength saving throw.
That is a 7.
Yeah, you collapse as suddenly you are holding Jasmin. Bridal style, like sideways. And you fall, and she's on top of you, and yep, you're in the dirt now.
Oh, shit. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I was startled more than anything. Welcome back. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the discussion. Were you able to understand us? I don't know how this works.
No, I followed most of it. I got a little distracted by a bug at first, but I understood it.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Are you sure you're okay with not going to? Not going to the city?
I mean, we don't know what's gonna be there. We don't know anything, and my gut isn't telling me that I need to be anywhere specific. I don't know. If we can figure out a good hiking situation, then I think this will work fine.
I'm a little scared of getting locked up. It sounded like what if they can figure it out somehow? Like there's someone there that has like some magical goggles and can see shifters. In the forest, I think I'm at least somewhat safe.
Yeah, that's fair. Counterpoint, we're following a trail for a man called the Hunter.
Maybe it's just like a name. Like, Hunter. Like, I feel like there are people that call their kids Hunter.
How many people call their kids the?
Well, I don't know. Did you sort of feel the instinct to be like, I got a cool new fantasy name in this world? I know I felt a little bit of that,
What would your cool new fantasy name be?
I mean, I hadn't thought about it that much.
See? Then the Hunter is kind of weird.
But like if your name was already Hunter.
Well, you don't see me changing my name to Jasmin Plant, and my name is already Jasmin.
It would be kind of a cool name, though.
Erica just gently whispers to herself, the Erica. I don't know. I don't want to encroach on Lily and Nula and Windred's time too much, And Erica's looking nervous again.
No, I get it. They've been really nice. There's a lot of us, and they have just a cute, cozy house. And I was thinking how overwhelmed I would be if 5 strangers suddenly showed up, and
Yeah. No, I think leaving makes sense. We can hopefully maybe come back someday and repay them in some way.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Maybe we can find out how to contact Remy. If we get to Fell's Keep, we can ask Remy maybe how we could find him, and maybe we could catch a ride back here if we need to.
A pink dragon sounds like it would be fairly notable and probably easy to find.
I don't know, maybe there are lots of pink dragons in towns here. Maybe it's the new thing.
Just every family has their own pink dragon. The houses are enormous.
Erica points up at the sky and says, we woke up to 2 suns this morning. I don't know what's usual anywhere anymore.
Yeah, we know nothing.
Yeah, the 2 suns kind of put a dent in my apocalyptic future thing.
Right? I thought the same thing.
The 3 of you, huddled, talking behind the house, hear someone clear their throat. And you look up and you see Nula is kind of leaning out the window, and they wave down at you, and they're like, "Hi.
Hey.
I might be able to help with some of your problems. Come meet me over by Remy." And then they disappear back into the house.
Oh no, they were listening.
Well, I guess let's go.
We go find Nula.
Okay, great.
And then Hiccup made this new tail fin for Toothless, and then they could fly together. And then they worked together, and they figured out how to make where like humans weren't afraid of dragons anymore, and they became friends. And that's how the first movie ended. And then there was a second movie, and
Remy is like crouched down next to Cody, who is telling him the plot of How to Train Your Dragon, and is totally enraptured. And he's like, yeah, okay, what happens in the second movie? Yeah, they look like they're having actually a pretty good time. As Erica, Jasmin, and Zan reappear on the side of the house, they see like Nula walking across the clearing towards where everyone else is standing near the dragon, who has finished chewing on the tree and is just laying on her side in the sun.
Oliver, question. Am I covered in dirt?
Yes. Not covered. Like, you didn't roll in mud or anything. But yeah, you're pretty dirty.
Okay.
Maybe you want to dust off your skirt.
Dusty Jasmin.
While Cody is telling the story, Max is going to walk over to the dragon and, like, very cautiously try to put a hand on, like, a foot.
Yeah, you walk up and you see the dragon following you with her eyes, and you walk over and cautiously reach out and put a hand on her foot. She's got like big clawed feet, and she immediately snaps her head up and over and just bumps it right into your chest. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, God. That is 10.
All right, yeah, you stumble back a little bit. Yeah, she just kind of like bumped you in the chest and then let out a big breath on you, and it's kind of like, no idea how that audio is going to sound. She kind of like cocks her head and looks at you and then bumps you again. And this time you're expecting it, and she just like seems to enjoy bumping you in the chest with her nose.
I'm going to try to pet her under the chin like a dog.
Oh, she fucking loves that. Yeah, as soon as you start scratching under there, her whole head just tilts back, and you gotta use like both hands at this point because her head's like the size of a small car.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you get under there and you see one of her back legs just lift up and start flailing in the air. She loves that.
Yeah, Max just spends the rest of the time just petting this dragon everywhere.
She thinks this is great. This is the best day. Yeah, the rest of you make it over to the group. You see Max under the dragon's chin, just scratching away. You see Remy and Cody sitting on a patch of moss, with Cody animatedly telling Remy the plot of How to Train Your Dragon 2, which Remy loves. Nula waves you all closer, and they look at Remy, and they say, oh, Remy. And Remy's like, pause on the story. Hey, Auntie Nula. And he like goes over, gives them like a kiss on the forehead and a little hug, and then stands back. It's very good to see you. I was wondering if, when you were down in pretty much any city, have you heard any rumors about the hunter? And Remy like tilts his head back. Oh, yeah, I did actually. I think there was a guy down in the capital got into some bad trouble down there. A few different rumors. I heard that some guy calling himself the Hunter with this other older fella with him. They maybe got involved in some fighting rings. Don't know how true that one is. You know how everybody likes to pretend everyone else is in the secret underground fighting ring. Another person said he maybe killed a guard. And I heard a few people saying the old fella he had with him was a shifter and fucking exploded or something. I don't know how true that. You know how people are with the shifters. But as far as I know, he was barred from the capital. Maybe the whole kingdom. I don't know. It's like a year ago, 6 months, something. And Nula nods at this and to you, Zan, and can I talk to you for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
They kind of pull you away, and you hear Lily behind you be like, and also, what happened with the wrestling ring? Did they ever figure out kind of like who was running it, or did they solve the mystery? And she's like very excitedly waiting for more hot goss from Remy, who indulges her. But yeah, Nula leads you away from the group for a minute and says, I think there's something weird going on with the 5 of you. To put it bluntly.
Yeah.
So, the guy calling himself the Hunter passed through here. Well, right after he passed through, we had some strange attacks? I don't know. The wildlife seemed to get pretty, riled up when he came through here, and, that golem you fought last night, that's not normal for us. And so, to my best account, kind of piecing together what little information I have.
You think we're attracting weird animals?
Maybe. Maybe it's a coincidence, but, I worry for you if you were to walk all the way down there. The growth isn't a forgiving place. I think you should take a ride from Remy down to town. I think it'll be safer that way. And it sounds like the Hunter made it down there.
Right. You're probably right. I felt so weird last night, just like inside. I felt stuck.
I
don't necessarily want to go to town.
I'm sorry. I should have asked you last night. There's a bed made up in the greenhouse where I usually sleep. Could have had you sleep out there. I like being with plants, and sometimes the house gets too stuffy for me. I get that. Fell's Keep is I haven't been there in a while, but it'll probably be a bit of a struggle for you if that's how you're feeling, but the capital is green and nice. I think you'll like it there.
Okay.
She puts a hand on your shoulder and gives it a squeeze and says, "You're tough. You'll manage. Right?"
Thanks, Nula.
You're welcome. And then they turn back and walk over to everybody, where Lily and Remy are now listening to Cody's explanation of the plot of the hit DreamWorks movie.
Yeah.
And once it gets to a certain point in movie 3 where lots of humans are riding on lots of dragons, Cody just stops in the middle of the story. Wait. Hey, guys, come here real quick.
Yeah.
Huh?
So stay with me, but I asked Remy earlier if that could carry people, and he was a little wishy-washy on it, but I took the answer to be a general yes.
I mean, I think I was pretty concise, but okay.
What if, instead of walking all that way and being so bored, what if we flew on a dragon down to somewhere? That place we were going? Are we going to a place?
That's a great idea, Cody.
And Cody is surprised his idea was accepted. Really?
Yeah, it's a great idea. None of us thought of it.
Yeah, it's wow.
I'm gonna be like Hiccup! And Cody just starts kind of jump up and down, maybe kind of getting closer to Max and the dragon.
All right. Keep your legs on.
Erica looks at Zan, bewildered and confused that the plan has changed.
Zan just kind of puts a hand to her forehead and closes her eyes makes some sort of gesture we'll talk about this later. Okay. Just go with it.
Erica nods and is looking so confused and anxious.
Great. You see that Nula has pulled Remy aside and is talking to him in low voices, and Remy looks up at the five of you and then nods at Nula. So, you want to ride to town?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Aunt Nula, you think you could do the thing again? And Nula nods. So Nula walks off towards the tree line and kind of makes a noise, gestures to Beck, who excitedly gets up, kind of bowls Max over in the process, and follows Nula over to the trees. Nula positions her next to this knotted and gnarled tree that's covered in vines. And you watch as they put their hand on the tree and close their eyes.
Oliver, as I see this, can I try to join in and help her?
Yes. Okay. Jasmin, you quietly half jog over to the tree where Nula is standing, and they look up at you.
I gesture at the tree and make a questioning face, can I?
They put your hand on the tree and then put their hand over top of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, close your eyes and just breathe when I breathe. And the two of you breathe in unison, and you feel the tree start to move. And the rest of you watch as the branches of the tree creak and turn and start to snake over the dragon's back. And they're twisting and reforming. And you watch as Nula, with Jasmin's help, coaxes the wood out of the ground and into the shape of 5 seats on the dragon's back. The vines snake under the dragon's belly, securing this big contraption to her. She fidgets a little bit, but then is chill. Nula pats your hand, Jasmin, and is like, yeah, you help a little bit. You gotta work on it, but you'll get there.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cody's jumping up and down. He sees the new seats. He's like, it's coming true. He's going to ride a dragon. He's like, woohoo! And he runs up to Lily. Lily, we're going to ride a dragon. We're going to go to take a dragon to a town. Ah!
You are. And she just picks you up and kind of throws you in the air and then catches you like you would do with like a toddler.
I'm so excited. And when we get there, can you show me around town? And can we go do some stuff and really explore it?
Cody, I'm gonna stay out here.
What?
I'm gonna stay here. This is my house where I live.
Oh.
But I'll see you again, and you'll have so much fun in town. The start of summer festival is coming up. Remy, do they still celebrate the start of summer festival? Yeah, actually, in Fell's Keep, they'll have like a thing. Oh, great. Yeah, you can get flowers in your hair, and you can get lots of candy and go and play games, and it'll be wonderful. You'll have so much fun.
Oh, well, thank you for letting us stay here.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for coming to visit. We haven't had visitors in a very long time. And Cody, and she leans in close and she's like, you are my favorite visitor. You can always come here. Okay?
Okay. Before I go, can I ask you 2 things? Just 2.
Yes.
Okay. First is you've told us about the hunter and you've told us about town and everything that you know. Is it safe?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Actually, out here is probably one of the more dangerous places that you'll be. Most people don't live out here in the growth like we do. They settle into towns where they have nice strong walls and they burn down the growth around them so nothing can sneak up, and you'll be very safe there. And it seems like your friends really care about you, so they'll keep you safe.
Oh, okay. He's a little bit more relaxed. And he goes, and then lastly, and you've been so nice, and I don't want to ask you for too much, but remember when I was sick, when I was feeling a little blue earlier?
Yes.
You gave me some medicine, and
oh, yes.
I don't know what other things are out there that might hurt me, but do you have more medicine in case?
Oh, Let me see. And she's like, come on. And she takes you by the hand and leads you towards the big glass geodesic dome. And as you get up to the outside, you see that it's kind of foggy in there. And she puts a hand on the edge of the dome, and the piece of glass that's there just rumbles for a second and then slides into the ground. And you see the inside of this huge greenhouse just full of plants. And she still holding your hand and leads you over to a desk. I write this book, and you can find it in some shops in the kingdom. I don't have any extra copies. I just kind of have my the notes that I've made, and then I hand them off. But I do have some notes. You see her draw some pages out of a pile, and she stacks them together, and she says, these ones are, I'd say, the most hip, I don't know what kids say, cool plants of the region. So these ones should come in extra handy, and I would like you to have these. And she gives you about 6 pages of drawings of plants, little notes written beside them, and drawings of vials or things like that.
He'll gladly take them, open up his backpack and his notebook, and store the notes in one of his school notebooks where his papers are. Once he's in there, he looks at it and he looks up at Lily real quick and he carefully pulls out another piece of paper from the middle of the notebook. Well, I don't have anything useful, but here's a drawing I did this morning. And it's just a really rough drawing of their house with the three of them with all of our party kind of out front.
Aww.
Maybe a really rough rock golem outside.
Is the rock golem angry or smiling?
Or dead.
Or dead.
It's on the ground with X's over in its eyes.
Okay, great. She takes this page from you and like tears are welling up in her eyes and she's like, oh my gosh, I like it so much. Oh my gosh.
In the middle of their action, he just goes and just gives, I guess, probably one of her legs the biggest hug he can muster.
Oh, she scoops you up and just like picks you up and hugs you and gives you like 40 kisses all over your little face. And she's like, you're my favorite little guest ever.
He's like, thanks, Lily.
Your hair is ruffled. And
you're really kind. And I'm gonna miss you.
Thank you, Cody. So are you. And I'm gonna miss you too.
And the moment that she puts him on the ground, he's gonna just take off running, putting his backpack on his back and catching up with the group.
So you're all standing in the clearing. Remy has gone around and checked the vines that are holding these wooden makeshift chairs in place on Beck's back. And he has reattached the saddle to just behind her head. He looks at the five of you and he says, you ready to go? I gotta meet somebody later today, so can't stay much longer.
Yeah, I think we're all ready.
All right, Lily, you help me give him a hand up. And so Lily and Remy help you up onto the dragon's back. And as you go up one by one, Remy jumps up there with you, and he's got like a length of sturdy rope and that he's uses to kind of like fashion seatbelts around you, so you're solidly tied in. He leaves the knot of it on your lap so that you could untie yourself if you needed to, but
So it's not too kinky.
it's not kinky. One of you is a child. Okay, wait. Sorry, he does Cody first. It's not kinky. The rest of you, it's as kinky as you want it to be. Do you want to make a kinky check? Is that what this is?
Now that's a podcast name.
Yes, and
All right, roll a d20.
aw, that's a 6.
Dan, it's not kinky for you. You feel uncomfortable. This man is tying you down like you were a child in a child's seat. And that is not one of your things.
Fucking hate car seats. They're the worst.
Anyone else roll a kinky check?
Mine's a 12.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Yeah, Jasmin, you're like, oh, this is kind of nice.
It feels secure.
Yeah, Jasmin feels a little bit safer now.
Yeah, you feel nice. Max, you get tied to your chair and you're like, oh, that's all. Yep. You rolled a 12. You get 20% of a boner. Erica, did you roll a kinky check?
I could roll a kinky check. Do I have any pluses to kinky checks?
Add your charisma.
In that case, I got a 4.
Yeah, he kind of like tightens it too tight and you get like a little bit of a rug burn on your arm and you're like, I hated that. And he's like, oh, sorry, I don't do this. Okay, goodbye. And it's very awkward. He jumps down off Beck's back where the five of you are strapped in like a old wooden roller coaster. Remy takes a moment, gives Lily another hug. Same with Nula. He like bends down and gives Windred a kiss on the head. Windred has been drinking from a cup of tea and like not helping with anything and just scowling at everybody. And you hear her as like Remy says bye. She's like, it's too early. Next time, come in the afternoon. Going back to bed. This sucks. Bye, idiots. She like gives a like half-hearted wave at the dragon and then just trudges back towards the house.
Max yells, "Bye, coach!"
Lily and Nula take a step back. Remy climbs up onto the saddle, and you feel the dragon's enormous body lurch under you as she unfurls her wings and leaps. Your stomachs drop out as you watch the ground fall away. You're rising higher and higher. The tiny house in the woods gets smaller and eventually is lost in the sea of trees beneath you. After what feels like an eternity, the jarring flapping of wings evens out into a peaceful glide. You're strapped to the back of a dragon with a strange new world a mile beneath you. Remy turns around in his seat and gives you a thumbs up as you look at the world.
Find us on Twitter at Dice Disasters, and we have more information about the show and the cast at dicedisasters.com.
Our website was made by Allison Otting, who plays Erica.
Dice Disasters is edited by Alan Brazzell, who plays Cody.
Our cover art is made by our DM, Oliver Northwood.
Our theme song is by People Need Goals, who you can find on Bandcamp or on Twitter at People Need Goals. Their music is incredible. I'm really happy with the music. It sounds really cool.
Dice Disasters will be updated weekly for the next little bit. For those of you who enjoy the show, it would be amazing if you would subscribe and leave a review. See you next week!
Hey, Zan?
Yeah?
Wait, Alice, a lot of rustling is coming through.
Sorry, I tripped. I'm good now.
Did you roll a real life 4 on your stealth check?